Hello everyone and welcome to Like Minds, Two Hearts, One Mind, One God. I am Julian and I want to thank you for tuning in as I do believe I have some practical and necessary tools to help engage two hearts through one mind in one God. As always, if these episodes are being a blessing to you in any way, hey, do me a favor, subscribe to our channel and be sure to click that bell notification. You don't want to miss any episodes. Now, on this second episode of the three-part series entitled The Love from a Husband, I will address the question, can love end between spouses? That's right, can love end between spouses? And if so, what's holding the two together? Now, in our last episode, I cleared the air by confirming that love is God, okay? And God is love. Scripture reveals this in 1 John 4:8. Anyone who does not love does not know God because God is love. I also mentioned that God commanded the husband in Ephesians 5:25, husbands, love your wives just as Christ also loved the church and gave himself for her. In the very same chapter in verse 22, it also tells us, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. I mentioned God designed the wife to submit to the husband while he's observing Christ love his wife. I think this is so important because it does two things. Okay, now, number one, if you're taking notes, this denotes order and ensures the marriage will stay healthy, strong, functional, and a moving entity, not a stagnant cesspool. Number two, it suggests that God sees marriages differently than any other relationship. Marriages are established through a divine covenant and binding. There's an element of God that's integrated within the marriage, which gives a marriage its identity. I think Ecclesiastes 4:12 depicts this illustration by referring to a cord of three strands is not easily broken, suggesting that the husband, the wife, and God are intimately linked together, becoming one entity. The third strand, referring to God, not only gives the relationship its identity, but also gives the relationship strength and durability. That's so key. Now, the world has defined love as some conditional act. In other words, I only love you because you love me. And this is the very logic many couples adopt into their own marriages. However, this isn't the blueprint God showed the husband and wife in Ephesians 5. In fact, as I mentioned in our last episode, God never mandated for the wife to love her husband in the traditional sense, but to submit. When the husband is loving his wife as he is observing Christ love his wife, the church, the ecclesia, submitting to love becomes natural to the wife, okay? Now, to be clear, I'm not suggesting wives be cold and nasty to their husbands. By all means, show affection, demonstrate kindness. However, I am implying when marriages adopt the philosophy of love from the world, they tend to mimic it. There is no true distinction between a married couple and a couple who's in it for the benefits. Now, for an example, Valentine's Day come around every year. More money is spent on this day alone than any other holiday on the calendar. Let your wife not receive flowers and chocolate on that special day. All I can say, fire and brimstone, and the candy store will be closed. Okay, I think you can read between the lines. Now, please hear me, okay? I'm not suggesting that husbands not buy their wives flowers and chocolate. Please do. However, I am implying the philosophy of conditional love or the world's interpretation of love is problematic in a marriage, okay? I love how 1 Corinthians 13:4-8, a familiar passage of scripture, begins to define qualities of love. It says, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrong. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails. But where there are prophecies, there will cease. Where there are tongues, they will be still. Where there is knowledge, it will pass away. Friend, this list not only displays qualities of love, but qualities of God. So this idea that love ends between a husband and wife is impossible. Either number one, there was never love between the two, or the two fell away from love. Did you get that? To even consider that love ends within a marriage implies that God ends. There is no ending or conclusion to God. He's infinite. He is Alpha and Omega, the beginning and the end. So lastly, if a couple fell away from love, what is keeping them together? As I addressed in my book, Like Minds, Two Hearts, One Mind, One God, Rediscovering the Value of Marriage, I addressed that most couples stay together because of the image, okay? They would rather stay together to give off the impression that everything is heavenly, when in reality, they are living in hell. They are governed by a philosophy that says image is everything. And we all know that's a lie, okay? Well, that's all I wanted to share on this episode. Like always, thanks for watching. Prayerfully, there was something I said that encouraged you, or perhaps there was something that you will consider. If so, hey, please subscribe, leave a comment, and share. Until next time, live abundantly. Peace.